Alright everyone, this is my first time using this GoPro thingy. Actually sliding it on my head right now because I lost the remote. I have to turn it on first by doing, the deal. But I am fishing today with the fly rod. It is that cheap Martin. I think I paid $29.99 for it, so like around $33 after taxes and whatever else. So I'm fishing with, I have a small bobber indicator. I came fishing here the other day with with spinner spin tackle. But let's see if we can get some let's see if we can get this fly out here a little bit, this bully bugger out here a little bit. Go ahead and drop that. It's actually floating, which is really odd. Let's see if we can go ahead and see if we can get a bluegill here or something. The wind is not in my favor, y'all, so if y'all are wondering about that, I might have to switch to spin. There we go. I think I just had a bite probably, but I'm not sure. I can't tell. The wind's kind of doing what it wants. There he is. There he is. I got one on the old fly rod. Here we go. Stripping. I'm stripping. It is probably up. Nice bluegill. Yep. I'm actually pretty stoked about this, actually, y'all. So if y'all are like wondering, I have been doing my best to get some bluegill lately, and it looks like I just made that happen. So I'm actually going to go. Alright everybody, I hope that pushing that button worked. I'm fishing with a little small single hook mepps. I think it's like 1/8 ounce actually. I'm not sure. It's a 00, but this should hook the bluegill pretty good, and other types of brim. It ain't just bluegill here. So I'm gonna give this a shot. Every time I come here I catch fish. They generally bite very, very well. I'm hoping don't start hooking a bunch of bass, because then I got to deal with that. I'm really just wanting bluegill today. But yeah, so just a little bit ago, that was my first kind of going arounds with the fly rod in a long time. This mepps ain't working out too well because I can't really reel it in fast because I'm super high above the water line. Let's see if I can step down here a little bit. Oh man. Ugh. Yeah, so anyways, private lake that I don't really have permission to fish, but since a public road goes across it, I'm able to fish it. And I'm trying to focus on bluegill right now. If I wanted to, I could completely total out probably on bass, and I'll probably end up getting one, honestly, or a bunch. The other day we came, the water was super, super clear. And I generally fish with a beetle spin, so it's like a little spinner that you could hook a jig head into and put whatever color you want on it, constantly change things out. My favorite color is the brass. Yeah, this ain't working too well either. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have to go back to something slightly different or what, or there might just not be any fish in this area really right now. Oh, there he is. There we go. Don't feel like it's too big. Feels like a bluegill, and it is a decent bluegill. I thought it was smaller, but it's definitely a good one, and I'm excited about this. He's getting kept, and we do fry these and or bake them. We don't fillet them and waste meat on these because there isn't a lot to start with. So it's not the easiest thing to do, when they're gas up here right now is $4.05 a gallon about. Just had a nice little bump. Don't know how big that fish was, or even if it was a fish, it could have been something else. There we go. That feels not like it got out of its mouth, whatever that was. It had it and let go. And I got something again. Oh, that was a bluegill. I saw that one. Yeah, they're big. Ain't nothing like big bluegill. There's a lot of times you can catch bluegill and it's nothing but smallies. Small bluegill all day long. It's nice to catch good sized ones. I just got another one right there next to the bank. That's actually a bass. Yeah, so I got a bass on it, and it's a decent one. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it. I mean, it's not a huge bass, but it's definitely big enough to consider definitely eatable and definitely filletable. Nice size, probably half-pound bass. Let's do it again. Once again, up. I got that one come up and hit it, and I seen it. And that one actually might be a crappie, but I might be wrong. It might be a big bluegill still. It's fighting like a bluegill. Bluegill kind of do these weird circles when you catch them. I caught this thing right in the eye. And I'm standing in the water and getting my feet all muddy. I might have caught this one in the stinking brains, but yeah, I don't know how that happened, but there he is. Ooh. I can get out a little bit further. I feel like they'd bite better, but I got one, so it's not that big of a deal. Oh, that was a nice one. That popped right out of its mouth. I'm getting lots of hits right there. Let's see, let's cast down the bank some. It's not really easy fishing here because of the nowhere to stand really. There we go, bass though. That's not what I was looking for. Oh, of course it let go. Got these little bitty hooks. That was probably 2 or 3 pound bass. Nope, just had another hit. I'm not really wanting to just go for something's wrong with my spinner here. Not sure what it is, but actually I do know what it is. It's bent. Thing ain't really made for catching big old lunkin' bass. It's specifically made for the smaller bluegill, which I just got one. And I can tell it's definitely a bluegill. They swim sideways and start doing cartwheels and cut back the other way really fast and all kind of stuff like that. But like I said, definitely well welcomed in the ice chest and also in the freezer. Ain't nothing like having bluegill in the freezerator. And I promise, this little deal right here, if y'all can see that, is little bitty, but it catches them, and they get to get eaten because, yeah, they're yummy fish. Here in a little bit, I will probably switch to something different. I just got another fish, bluegill, nicer size one, I think. About the same size as they all been. Really, just really nice. Probably 8-inch bluegill, 7-inch bluegill. Just even the smallest little length difference on a bluegill makes the biggest difference in body size on a bluegill. Don't know if y'all know anything about that, but it's true, just in case y'all were wondering. Try to do my best to keep my eyes focused towards, I just had one hit right there by the bank. They're biting really good, actually. No bites on this cast. Spinner's working very well though. Yeah. There we go, got one. And it feels like a nice one. It's a bluegill and it's a big bluegill. Oh yeah. That's a bigger one for sure. Not a bluegill, but it's still some type of brim that is much welcomed in the freezer. It just peed all over me when I squeezed it and pooed some. Because it likes me. That's how you know if the fish likes you. By the way, if y'all not very familiar with fish and don't know how much about how they operate, if it poops on you and pees on you, it's happy to be where you are. So that fish like me. That makes me feel good. I'll probably catch a couple more of these, and I'm going to move on over there and change to bass bait and try for a couple of bass. I really would like some crappie, even though a lot of people are big fans of crappie, but I don't. I'd rather eat. Had a nice hit just now. But I'd rather eat bluegill and bass. Actually, bass is just, the texture of bass is just really good. There we go, got one. And that's a nice one. It's fighting like a bluegill, and it's definitely a bluegill. And yeah, that's really nice. Y'all can see that there. I hope my camera's at the right angle. Like I said, I don't have much experience with the camera. Just about like I got more experience with the camera than I do with a fly rod. So I'm doing my best to practice. I'll try to get some actual practice time in. Maybe 2 more of these babies, and then I'm going to go to bass because I don't want to be over the limit. I try to do my best to follow the laws and make sure I'm not doing anything illegal. Now, obviously, sometimes it happens and stuff happens where you're kind of breaking the law. Just got another one where you're breaking the law a little bit. I don't want to be breaking the law. I want to be following the law. And actually going to let this one go because it's a little small. Go ahead. There you go. Oh, there you go. He got it. Or it might be a she, or it might be what do you call that? It might be pansexual fish or whatever you call that, where they don't know which bathroom to use or whatever. But I do got another fish. Hopefully it's bigger than that one. I think it is. I only literally let the, yes it is. It's a nice one. I literally just let the other one go just so I can catch bigger ones. 1 or 2 more of these and I'll be done with the bluegill. I got a decent amount in there, maybe, I don't know, 15. I sure hope that I'm within the legal boundaries of all this. Here we go. No bites on that cast. They seem to be pretty much right out in front of me. I wish I can cast a little further. But I got one. Yeah. This one's this pull and drag. Another nice one. Another nice 7-8 inch bluegill. And not actually a bluegill. I don't know what these green ones are called. Sunfish. There we go. That one's out there. I keep getting hits and wanting to set the hook, and I'm pulling in these weeds right here into my open face reel. It's messing me up a little bit. And I got one. Yep. Doesn't seem super big, but I could be wrong. It might be big. You just never know. It's definitely big enough to keep. But I think that I'm actually going to let this one go because it's not quite as big as I would like it to be. And what's terrible is my wife she eats fish, but she's so picky that I'll never know what she's going to want to eat. But as far as like actually eating fish, she'd rather eat other stuff, I think. Alright, I got one, but I have to fix my line. There we go. Oh, he's a nice one. He's getting keepeted. I don't want to clean a bunch of these, but there y'all go. I might have 20 in there. Probably not that many, honestly. Let me just move over here a little bit where I could cast possibly slightly better. I don't want to step on a snake or anything, but I do want to cast differently. There we go. Oh, I saw that one hit it. That was a big bluegill. Hit it again. Yeah, that was a really big bluegill, y'all. I know that y'all couldn't see that, but I could see it, and it was super giant. So I'm going to try to go for him again the best I can. But my spinner stopped spinning. Oh, that one come up and hit it. They're hitting good. They're hitting good. The issue now is I'm so high above the water. There we go. There we go. That's a giant. That's a nice one. Oh yeah. Not really a giant, but hell, it's pretty big. Let's go ahead and move back towards the car. Go ahead and, oh, I know this video is kind of long. I have to do a lot of editing in it. Probably this part too. And this is just a private-owned lake in Missouri that I'm, basically lived at the place where, this was owned as a young boy and things like that. So let's give it a shot this way. Like I said, I might be switching baits here soon. And I got some, oh, they let go. I'm not sure what it was. I can't say it let go. The hook came out of its mouth probably because it's a little bit small. This is even a little small for crappie. But hey, I'm trying. There we go, I got one. That feels like a bass. That came out of its mouth. Got it again. Definitely feels like a bass. I'm trying not to reel in too hardcore. Nope, it's a bluegill. That did not feel like a bluegill at first. That's actually, I'm sorry, it's a sunfishy, but you know what I mean. I'm going to keep this one. And just hope that I'm, actually, you know what, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to switch baits real quick, and I will get back to y'all.